this is for our project assignment. So our
Okay.
lecturer assigned us to have one team, 7 members.
Oh, great, great. No problem. Just that I'm working from home today, and is it okay? I don't on my camera.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Just as long as Mrs. Lee sent a picture of your face to our group leader, which is Naziha, so she will provide more info or anything to our
Okay,
group
okay,
mates.
okay. You can get my photo from the LinkedIn profile as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't worry,
Okay,
Mrs.
okay,
Ziha. Our
okay.
teammates will be getting to that.
Yeah, because I'm looking quite terrible today.
No, you don't have to say so for that.
Okay. Thank you. So we are at full quorum already. You have
Yeah,
all your
there.
team members.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
our team is full house. So is it fine if we start the interview now, Mrs. Lee?
Sure, sure. I'll try to give you as much information as possible to help you with your assignment. I just have a quick glance at the questions. So I didn't really like write an essay about it, but I'll just verbally tell you or share some of the experience that I have. So I have
Tina, yes.
Irdina, yeah, Siha, and Nor Azmina,
Hi.
Rindi. That's a cute name, Rindi
Thank
Sharma.
you.
And I think I have one more here, right? I can't see the name. Unverified. I don't. I have two unverified.
Can you introduce your name, the one who's in the number metric?
Hi, Miss Lee. I'm Izati.
Izati. And one more. One more, right? One more is Nazwa. Right. Okay, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 6 of you guys. I thought you said 7, right? Just now.
Yeah, there's one member, which is my Sarah. There's another one.
She's not.
Yeah,
She's not joining.
yeah, she's here.
She's here. But hmm, but I don't see her face here. Um,
Right. So can I start to interview now, Mrs.
is
Lee?
that you? Yeah, sure. Go
All
ahead.
right. Um, Hello, good morning. Thank you so much, Mrs. Lee, for joining our interview. We really, on behalf of our team, we really appreciate you being here with us today. So, as part of our assignment, we are conducting this online interview to learn more about BASF Petronas Chemicals crisis communication procedures. So, first and foremost, could you begin by introducing yourself and your position within the company?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, very well.
Okay. Great. Okay, my name is Sao King, as you have noticed from my email. I've been with the organization BSF Petronas Chemicals for more than 2 decades. Yeah, joining the company and working in various departments and a very good progression. I'm blessed with good career progression in this organization. I've worked in internal and external communications. At the executive level, and then I moved to where I have the opportunity to expose myself to doing internal and external and also crisis a bit at that point of time, because I have a head of department who manages that. Then I moved to HR. I have career progression moving to HR, that even bigger my scope, and also understand the needs of internal communication more for another like 2011 to 2019, and then 2020 I have moved up again to a career ladder to lead this communications team, and is reorg as called corporate affairs reports to managing director's office directly to the MD. and we overlook all the strategic communications plan for the company. A very small team. We are all ladies team as well. I don't know why communications ladies works better, because I see you guys are all ladies also in your team members. So I think we are better communicator. So working with a small team, and I, now I have the privilege to look into all the strategic planning of internal, external crisis comm, and also driving the culture excellence, building culture excellence to engage our internal audience, which are our employees. So a very interesting journey for me in the organization, because I get to move from different departments and see different perspective of the needs of the organization. And yeah, here I am still working passionately and very happy with my current role. I have a MBA in MBA means business management, yeah. But I, at the point of time, is still working. I just took this like in my late 40s. At that point of time, I was in HR, moved to HR. So I wanted to sort of upskill myself. So I took MBA, but I majored the subjects in HR. I major on my, on top of those normal subjects, I major in HR subjects. Yeah, because I thought I want to upskill myself in move to HR. I want to upskill that, but we don't know what paves the way. But then I'm back to corporate affairs and doing communications. Yeah, so it helps a lot being in HR and doing communications, in fact, because you deal with so many humans in HR, and then that helps you to know what people emotions, how they want, in terms of communications to them and so forth. So that helps us in crafting our internal communication a lot. Anything I left out? Anything else you'd like to know? I'm married with 3 children, 1 boy, 2 girls, all grown up, all working already. Yeah, maybe you are sebaya my anak-anak punya. So you
Yeah.
can be all my children's age lah, I assume.
Yeah. So we onward for moving forward to the first question that is going to present by asking by Nazwa. Can you ask the question for Mrs. Lee?
All right. Question number one. Could you give an example of a significant crisis that BSF Petronas Chemical in Kuantan has encountered involved in their internal or external stakeholders?
Mm-hmm. The company is quite blessed. I'm touching wood now. The incidents are we have only minor incidents per se. So far that I'm with the company, so we don't hear of. I guess in this crisis com, you have read a lot of papers about big um fire or explosion and so forth, that may be fatal and things like that. We are blessed, and I'm still hoping that we will not encounter that. I maybe today, I don't know whether this fits into your paper. I would like to bring you through the journey of how we address COVID-19 as a chemical manufacturing plant. Is that okay? You remember COVID, right? Where everybody just don't know what we should do, and we are first, sort of just came to us like is a health crisis. Yeah, it's a pandemic that Malaysia has not experienced before, never. And it's a global pandemic, but Malaysia is always quite safe as a country. So first time we're having this, so there's a lot of happenings and so forth. So if COVID-19 is a topic that can be a crisis, it's a significant crisis to the company and to the country and to the world, in fact. So if that fits in, I'd like to give this as an example how we how we went through COVID-19 pandemic as an organization. Is that okay?
Yes, yes.
Because BASF Petronas Chemicals is a plant. We call it plant means we have a manufacturing plant, yeah, manufacturing chemicals. So we are a big site here. I don't know whether you do some background research. We are located in Gebeng, and we are a joint venture of BASF, yeah, the chemical company, which has more than 160 years old now in history. And Petronas, I definitely we don't need any introduction. So we
Yeah.
are a JV, 60-40.
Mhm.
60% BASF, 40% Petronas Chemicals Group. So we falls under chemicals group, yeah, downstream. So not the oil and gas so much, but we are chemicals manufacturing. So our we do have very strong parents, but we operate on our own. 60-40 is a joint venture entity. So we are a brainchild of these two giant, you know, famous, popular, dia macam popular artist like that lah. Very big names. They have big names. So and we are a plant that have to run 24 hours a day. Bear in mind that this plant is not like any power plant, or you can shut down, you can just start up. So the complexity of the process in a chemical plant is very connected. That's why we call ourselves an integrated Verbund site. If one plant shut down, it may affect the second plant. Reason because we are using integrated concept. So the output from plant A could be used as a raw mat for a plant B. You know, these are the state of the art technology of BASF of Germany. Yeah, so this is to reduce waste, where environment more viable, to reduce, eliminate waste to the environment, to the air. So what I'm trying to say here is why COVID has a big impact, a very significant crisis for us, because we cannot shut down our plant. Shutting down the plant is a very big, massive impact to the process. The process has to be running 24 hours. Yeah, not only economically, but mechanically designed, or the technically designed is not meant to be shut down unless it is scheduled for maintenance. We call it turnaround. Yeah, these are the jargons we use in our chemical industry. Turnaround means for maintenance. You shut down for maintenance. Yeah, so it involves internally, and all our staff are impacted because of COVID, and also externally because, as I mentioned, all the country are affected. So your customers are affected, your logistics services are affected, yeah, your shipment, and so forth. So it definitely involves internal and external stakeholders. So this is the example that I like to share during this interview.
So the second questions, Amina.
Okay, for second question is how did this issue originally affect the organization's operation or reputation, and what were the primary contributing factors?
How does this issue originally affect this organization? Okay, if you remember, correctly, in 2019, they declare how you call that already, they declare the pandemic first in March, and then there is this call, I lost the name here.
Was it 2020, Mrs. Lee?
Is it 2020 and 2019? 2020?
2020.
March
March
2020, yeah.
2020. Yeah.
Okay, March 2020, they declare as a global pandemic, and then a lot of directives coming out from the government sector, saying that all has to close your production, and people are to stay at home. Remember, right? And then at this juncture, once the globally pandemic announced, and then we have to stay at home. Remember, right? We have, I don't know what you call that already now. everybody has to stay at home. Only the one person or the ketua rumah only can go out to buy groceries and to replenish your movement are restricted. Yeah. So this affect the organization because when they announce this, everybody has to stop. Our organization has to go through a lot of appeal, moving to business associations, like FMM, Federal Manufacturing of Malaysia. We are also member of Malaysia Petrochemicals Association, MPA. We appeal to all these associations and to ask them to bring this issue up to the ministry, saying that our company, we cannot not operate, we cannot stop. That has very major impact in long term. Our plant will not be able to work after that. Yeah. So this is how the issue originally affect us. We have to go through a lot. It just happened overnight, and then you are not prepared for it, and there's so many uncertainty you have to worry about. It's also the people that we worry about. People doesn't want people to get sick. We were so scared of COVID at the initial stage, but we also can't stop the company from running. So we went through a lot of talking to and fro to the writing official letters to associations, to ministry, to explain. And then this ministry of MITI came out with a list of essential that can still carry on, if you remember. So list of essential companies can still operate. So they did came out with chemicals as essential business. Then we also have to clarify which category of chemicals industry we can work. So these are the initial impact to the organization's operations. The clarity from the government directives, the clarity with ministry, they came up with directives. So this really create a lot of a lot of panic lah. At that point of time, I called it earlier panicky, because nobody can give us a clear answer. Honestly, our associations don't know the answer. The ministry, they also just refer you to the directive, but when you ask further, you couldn't get a very clear answer that you can or you cannot, because it violates the law. If you operate without, then you violate, so you can be asked to close down or shut down until that kind of impact. So we have to be very careful, because that, in your question, you asked about the operations, which is the technical operations, we cannot stop. The reputation, to the, we cannot don't provide or deliver as per our contract to our customers. Yeah. So in terms of reputation, we have to maintain, and that's why these are our primary contributing factors when the issue originally just announced, and we have a lot of uncertainty, a lot of volatile circumstances, situations. We have to consider so many things. Of course, the safety of the employees are our utmost priority. Economy or the profits come second, but it is the reputation that comes with it. If you don't deliver, if you don't be seen as a responsible employer, you are seen as not a responsible manufacturer or a company, and delivers your product on time, so all this will affect our reputation as well. So this is really a major incident, really a crisis, where we are not prepared for it, and with no clear path of what is the next coming up, what could be the next step. And so, yeah. Any more
Uh,
question you like?
and next questions that will be presented by Izati.
Okay, Mr. Lee, for the question 3, we want to ask, in what ways did the communication and management teams react in the initial phases of the crisis?
Yeah, after all the panicking, right? After all the panicking, trying to get information, trying to have a clearer picture, because you have bits and pieces, kan? Dia macam jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
This ministry, I don't know whether you're too young to understand the situation, because you have Ministry of MITI, Ministry of another, like the Kementerian Dalam Negeri came out with different. Everybody is coming out with circulars and circulars and circulars. And our local, like I'm from Kuantan here, so is MBK lah, Majlis Bandar Raya Kuantan. So your local municipal council also want to do their job. So you get directions. And of course our hero, our health ministry, you also get circulars from health ministry regarding what you can do and what you cannot do. You have police restrictions, you cannot travel, you cannot go beyond your border, you have to stay within your locality of your area. You keluar, you tak boleh pergi state lah, interstate lagi tak boleh lah, like inter township also, cannot. So these are the phases, the initial phase of the crisis lah. Too many restrictions, too many laws that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. We have to adapt. Suddenly you have to adapt. How does this work for your organization? So first and foremost, we do have an incident management team. So what we did is the site incident management team has to come in together already as so that you have to get information from various ministry, and different department liaise with different department. Like in our technical engineering, we use DOSH a lot. You all know what's DOSH, right? Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Health department also liaise with DOSH a lot. And then for corporate affairs, we liaise a lot with MITI, MIDA, local municipal council, and so forth. Yeah, so associations and things like that. So different department has different liaison with different ministries and government agency. So the lawyer and the security heads, they liaise with police and fire department. Yeah, so we form this site incident management team, which is already in the company already. Only when there's a crisis hits, we have to convene as a management team to look into issues, line up all the what are the problem statements, what are the potential risks to the organization, and what is the action item that needs to be taken. Yeah. So the MD normally chair this site incident management team. The MD is our spokesperson. The managing director is our spokesperson. So we form this management team, and then we have a communication plan and also the emergency response plan in place. There are two parts. One part is to response to the issue, response to the incident. Yeah. And second part, we also has to develop a crisis communication plan. Yeah. So who are our stakeholders? Who do we need to communicate? Yeah. We cannot just keep quiet. In terms of crisis, we cannot keep quiet and expect everybody to know, because at that point of time, everybody is in a state that they are so scared, they're so worried, they doesn't want to come to office, they're scared they get contagious, or they get apa panggil tu, affected lah. Macam mana, what's the word, like COVID is easily transmitted, right? It's a transmitted disease, right? So they dare not come to work also because they're scared that they might be, getting some virus, and then they bring it home, which you have family members, you have small kids, so all this worried, scared. So all this also, we have to ensure that we have communications ready to manage all these FAQs or concerns. Yeah, we have to show concern, and empathize, and also to communicate clearly what we want to do as an organization, how we protect your safety, how we protect your health, yeah, while working in the organization. Because now we are granted to run 24 hours. We are essential industry that we can run the plant as normal. Yeah. So this is how the management team set up already, with representative in the management team. And believe it or not, my MD at the point of time, which is no longer here because they change every 4 years average. So his name was Sven Kroner. He's a very empathetic leader, and he's a very committed leader. He make this SIM team meet up every day, no fail, since the launch of SIMT meeting. So we meet every day. The progress is updated every day by our doctor. We have an in-house doctor for your info. So we have a response team that have fire. We have fire department. We have a clinic in-house in our site, and it's led by a doctor with a nurse and paramedics running 24 hours. So they are our focal people for this COVID-19. We have a clinic, a doctor in-house to update the progress every day in this SIMT meeting, and any different actions has to, as the situation evolves, so we have to take different approach or different solutions to the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Lee, actually, for our meeting, we will stop for the first part since the basic plan is the maximum is like 45 minutes only. So, but don't worry, we will provide a new link to continue our interview process. Is it fine with you, Mrs. Lee?
45 minutes. We are only at 20 minutes.
Ya, 45 minit saja untuk meeting ni, Miss. Tapi
Cukup
tak
lah
apa.
kan?
Tapi tak apa. Untuk sambung lagi interview ni, Ziha akan bagi link barulah pada Mrs. Lee. Boleh ke, Mrs. Lee? Kita sambung untuk yang the second one?
So kita nak stop sekarang ke, maksud you?
Stop
You nak
sekarang.
stop
And then kita stop sekarang and then kita sambung yang kedua pula nanti. Sekejap lagi.
You send me the link in my email, is it nanti?
Ziha akan inform message pada Cik Ain and then Cik Ain akan bagi pada Mrs. Lee lah.
But I have a meeting at 10 o'clock, so I really have to stop at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Tak apa. We will make it short.
Ziha ada send link dekat chat box.
The chat box, okay.